Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody? Good to see you. Moon Raid, Sam, Hugo. Hugo first. Don't be that guy. It's funny. Aloha. Grab your fizzy lifting drinks and your dark matter liquids. We about to create some magic. Hey, hey, hey. Hasd, hello. How are you all on this wonderful Thursday? Couple of butter beers. Have you ever had like actual butter beer? I mean, it's a Harry Potter beverage, but like, have you ever had one of those? I have not, and I want to try it. Having some coffee and cookies? Get out. No, I'm just kidding. It's been 53 days since I've had a cookie. Sam, he said it's sweet. Butterbeer is sweet. Interesting. Huh. I was going to do something new today and log into Twitter and log into the Twitters and see if I could find some interesting design news. But the one time I try to do this, I don't see anything. Don't see anything. Like I'm in the graphic design thread and it's all Adobe Creative Cloud. So, have you guys seen any design related news? You guys want? Okay, so Momi Robble says he finds butterbeer to taste weird. Interesting. M, hello. Thank you for coming out of lurk. Good to see you. New Android UI. Oh, okay. Let's take a look. Is that like design related? Is that design news? I don't know. I was kind of hoping for some drama. Like, you hate to see drama with companies that you love. Like, there was a big dramatic thing with Webflow and Basecamp and all this kind of stuff. I guess that's more tech than design. Android UI. That's good. Hugo, that's good. Sketch, trying to catch up. Too late, maybe? That's that's a great headline. Material U. I don't understand that one. Hey, delicious goat meal. Good morning. It's been a while. Okay, you guys are saying I need to look this up. Hold up. Beta testing. Oh snap! Look at the background blur. Maybe later. New alerts and bubble support. Oh, okay, yeah, it does look a lot iOS-y. With the iOS rounded corners thing, I'm still not used to that. I still don't like it. And then when they change the alerts on the on Mac OS, somehow like they just stay in the corner. I don't know if you guys have seen that. Like a calendar alert will come in and then it just won't go away. It's crazy. Nagoshi, thank you for the follow. It's a fun collage drag and drop builder. Might be fun to check out because I do web stuff. And that's MMM page. Interesting. Take a look. Alpha. That's cool. Maybe we could do like a series where we like review this stuff because I get a bunch of questions about Elementor. And it'd be kind of cool to check those out. This looks like something from the 90s almost. Like just the aesthetic. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, this one's an earworm, Sam. This song will get stuck in your head real quick. Do more design. Hello. Delicious pages. Okay, so we'll try this link here. Hold on. Material U. Should we watch the video? How long is this video? Oh, it's only 46 seconds. Let's watch it, but I'm going to mute it just in case. Oop. I don't think I can full screen this. We could probably zoom in. Oh, that's cool. So we've got like flat colors with transparencies. Oh, interesting. The only thing that's on my mind is that what font is that? This is how designers think. It's like, hey, what font is that? That calculator font is awesome. Yeah, I really like that. And the other thing I really like about the palette is it just doesn't look like a tech something, you know? Like it doesn't look like it's from the tech scene. It looks like it's more natural, or I don't know. I'm losing my words here to describe what I'm thinking, but like I'm glad that it doesn't look like Android tech company. Is it Roboto? I don't think it's Roboto. Where's the calculator? Let's find the calculator. Okay, this is one 930 thing. And this one. Is that Roboto? Those are nice numbers. Yeah, I think it is Google Sans. I mean, I could be wrong, but yeah. Looks nice and clean, but I'm worried the icons won't be different from one another. You have to. That's been the argument with the new iOS icons, being able to customize your stuff. And I haven't done it yet, so I don't have any like personal feedback on that. But I think it's pretty cool. Colors are generated through AI? That's awesome. Wow. Huh. You know what? Greg Gunn taught our color course, and I'd be interested on his take on the color palettes that this AI generates. That would be so cool. Because looking at this clock here, the 930, I can guarantee you, is not considered accessible behind a lot of those shades in the leaves. It'd be good to get his take on that. Yeah. Theme packs are best for continuity, but custom icons are cool too. Yeah. I'm sure there's some kind of checker, like if Webflow can have it in their back end where it checks the accessibility of the type color on top of the background color. I'm quite sure that they have a checker, but like it just doesn't look like it's contrasty enough. They pair them through luminosity instead of hue. That's awesome. Wow. Huh. Yeah, we're not gonna watch the 10-minute video, but put the link in chat so that people can watch it. Oh man. Past couple days have been really busy, so I haven't been able to touch the site since Tuesday. And today is kind of a special day. It's my anniversary. So my wife and I have been together for 9 years, and we are going out on the town, which for us means we're picking up sushi, and we're gonna walk in the park. That's right. Yeah. No, serious. Good morning. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Gotta keep it going after almost a decade, right? Wait, font's called Product Sans? I'm gonna look into that. So we're gonna pick sushi up from a gas station and just, no, I'm just kidding. We're going to a really good sushi spot. All right, Product Sans is a geometric sans typeface created by Google for branding purposes. Interesting. Is this Google Sans? Is it the same thing? Share my screen here. It's hard to find like examples of it because it's not for sale anywhere. You believe for 1 second? No, can't do that. I've actually done that once and escaped alive, so I guess that's good. Yeah, there it is right there. By Roboto. Hello, Product Sans. I'm sorry, guys. I can't stand Roboto. I've always just, I don't know. There's something about it. With the each letter being a little bit condensed, I'm just, I don't know. Not a fan. Not a fan. But the Product Sans I really like. I think I'm more drawn to geometric shapes, geometric typefaces, than whatever Roboto would be considered. And we should make like a whole segment on stream just about typefaces. You should not use this font. It has a proprietary font only available for use by permission with or by Google. Interesting. You know, though, I hear Gilroy is a very close. Let me find this real quick. I think Gilroy is pretty close to Product Sans, and there's tons of different sans that are close, but Gilroy might get you there. Very geometric, very friendly. See, you can do a lot of stuff with this one. It's a good one. Wonder what let's see, Font Spring. So it is for sale. Oh, look at that. 25 bucks. There you go. Modern sans serif with a geometric touch. 20 weights, 10 uprights, and it's matching italics. That's awesome. Yeah, go for that, guys. That's a good one. Used to live in Gilroy? Interesting. So what else is going on? Oh, God. I forgot to tell you guys. On Wednesday, they've poured the foundation of our house. Super stoked on that. Super stoked. They, it's been a while. Like, we've been delayed several times due to rain, due to supplies. But they poured the foundation, and they've just started with framing. So I am so excited that, like, the ball is rolling. And our little plot of dirt is now actually turning into the house. So we're gonna go over there after we do our sushi and walk in the park to like check out the concrete that's now in the ground. Pretty neat. Oh yeah, it is. It's a great feeling. Like, I love the opportunity to be able to stay here. I cannot wait to have my own space again. Yeah, it's a good day, guys. I'm feeling pretty good about today. Somebody just tweeted that I should teach a Webflow course. Maybe. All right, let's get started. So today we are hopefully going to be wrapping up our mobile design, our responsive design in Webflow for the most part. There's always going to be some tweaking that we're going to need to do, but we're in a pretty good shape with this. Where we left off was tablet, and I think we're just about there on most of these pages on tablet. So just to give you guys a review, I'm sure you guys were here last time, but basically what I do is I have a container. Let's go over to the collab page so you can see it in action. So I've got my section, which identifies sections of content on the page. That's what this blue square is. And then inside the section, I have my content area. So we'll go to here. So this is my content container. Then within the content container, I have columns. And you can see right here, there are 4 columns with content in it, and then 1 column that's empty. So if I select these, you can see all these columns are empty. And with this grid, I'm using a 5-column layout. And then whenever I go to like a tablet design, I simply stack the columns. I change the column width. So the 1 column at full desktop width is 20% wide, right? And on tablet width, it becomes 50% wide. And then the column's gonna stack. And then on mobile, we'll just go ahead and make it a single column and call it a day. So that's the theory behind how I've built the site so far. And this has worked for me for a long time. I think I got it from Bootstrap, because Bootstrap does something similar where you have a 12-column layout that stacks. But I just kind of took that one concept and moved it over here. And so far it's worked pretty good. So we're going to go through and make sure that all the rest of our pages are good on tablet, and then we'll move to mobile. What is nice is that we haven't yet deleted anything. You know what I mean? We have not yet said, hey, this is a nice feature on desktop. Let's go ahead and go to mobile and realize that it doesn't work, and then completely deleted it. So we've been able to maintain everything throughout our dev process, which is great. Oh, last time we did set up the filtering here on the resources page. So that was cool too. So my big question on this is I need to make sure that this is converted to pixels, or at least, no, excuse me, the body has been converted to pixels. Never mind. And then I adjust the EMs depending on how the sizing goes. Almost directed you the wrong way there. Okay, so resources page is pretty good on tablet. I'm just curious, how many of you guys have tried Webflow after watching this stream? Let me know in the chat. Like I said, I'm just curious to see if we've been making any kind of impact on you. If my social media influencing is working. I'm just playing. You guys don't need to try Webflow. Yeah, you gave it a go? Nice. Okay, well, that's 2 out of 26. All right. This needs a class. This 1 column thing. I think I solved this already on the collab page. I might have wrapped this in something. Maybe the now page? Hasdi says nope. Hasdi, are you anti-Webflow, or you just haven't ventured down that path yet? Meta wrapper. Oh, you know what? Go into content. No, serious. I appreciate I appreciate the vote of confidence there. He said, I already used Webflow, and then I watched the stream, and then I continued to use Webflow, so that counts, right? Kinda? Yeah. Yeah. All right, so this kind of looks weird. So this layout here. So we've got a one column that was kind of over here. Let's look at this page on desktop and see how we laid this out. Yeah, so this looks kind of strange. We've got recent post here, headline, we've got our meta stuff, and then we've got the description. And this will be longer, so we'll have better balance there. I gotta fix this though. This is crazy. Hold on. Just make that one. Yeah. So when it wraps, it becomes something kind of weird. Like the meta stacks up here. And then there's another meta piece down here. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm considering hiding the recent post tag and then just going with this meta down here. Yeah, we'll do that. I kind of like that better. And then with this 2-column, what we can do is we can flip it. So we can add a combo class called flip and then set the display to flex, go vertical, and then simply just change the direction. So that way the meta is on top again. So that looks better. Hey Zedman over on YouTube, good morning. Can't leave WordPress yet. Too many essential plugins on there, including the email marketing CRM. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Yeah, it's not the best fit for everybody. Webflow. All right, so here we've got content container, margin bottom small, and right now we're working with 4 EMs. Probably reduce that on tablet to 2, just to pull those things a little bit closer together. And then on this featured post description container, because this class is like specific to this one thing, we can change this and we'll just drop the padding there to kind of tighten everything up. And again, that'll be longer, so we won't have to worry about that. And then I do want to call attention to our paragraph. We do have a max width of 30 EM on there, so it'll never be too wide. There we go. 5D, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, how are you filtering the orange tag? Just in the CMS item? Kind of. What I'm going to do is, I can actually do it right now. So we've got this featured tag container inside this collection item. And what we'll do is we'll just do conditional visibility. This element is only visible when our originally published on date is after or equal to, we'll just put 1 month in the past, right? So this has been published within the past month, so it shows up. And that'll happen basically anytime that there's a new post here, because this just takes like the recent post, puts it up there. And then the other thing is let's see, I think we have a list of posts on resources page, and we can do the same thing here. Just toggle conditional visibility when original published on is after or equal to 1 month in the past. So there you go, right there. So both of those things were not recent, so the tags went away. Okay, so now we have our filtering section, and we'll have to go back and see what we've done on our resources page and kind of emulate that here. All right, so we've got a decent amount of margin below this heading, and I think that that's attached to our content container. Yeah, so margin bottom medium, which gives it a little bit of breathing room. And then we've got our one column combo class that has filters on it. So we'll go ahead and make that change and see what happens over on the content page. Okay, we'll check this. Margin bottom medium, so that's the same. And then in here, we've got our one column, and we'll add our combo class of filters. That changes that. And then here we've got our 4 column, and right now it says no padding, but there is an existing combo class called filter, so we'll add that, and all of a sudden we're good to go. Oh man, 5D recently bought the course on branding. Very cool. Which one? All right, so this says grid display image classed, and I'm noticing that the aspect ratio might be a little different between resources and content. So let's take a look at this real quick. No, it's the same. I was wrong. I was so wrong. I think it just gets wider with some of the wider tablet widths. I kept the height the same simply because, like, when you get down to this size, you're on like an iPad mini, and I'm not sure many people use that, but I wanted to take up as much space on the page as possible without breaking my columns here. Oh, right on, the branding guidelines. Nice. Style guide kit. Very cool. Which, by the way, I wanted to tell you guys, if you want a peek inside the style guide kit, please tune in next time. So on Tuesday, what I'm going to do is somebody from the chat right here on Twitch heads up a marketing for a company called Corebook. And Corebook helps creators create style guides that live online, which is something I've always been curious about. And if you are a student or a purchaser of the style guide kit, you know, in the kit I talk about this. Like, I might be creating a like a Webflow version of a style guide so that people can clone it, you know, that purchase the kit. But then Radis came to me and he was like, hey, this is our company. This is exactly what we do. And so what we're going to do is on stream on Tuesday, we're going to take the template that I created as a part of the style guide kit and create a Corebook version of it. And so you'll be able to see what's inside the kit, check it out. And then coming soon, there's going to be a sponsored video by those guys in which you'll be able to get a good deal, get a discount on both. So yeah, cool stuff. Interesting, really. Like, being able to make those connections here on Twitch has been fantastic. Does the style guide kit include web UI assets? No. So I felt like though that was more of a design system kit than a style guide kit. So it was something that I like considered, but I also didn't want to go so deep on the web stuff and the UI stuff for branding people, because you could literally, like, I could write 200 pages about that kind of stuff, you know? So no, that's a different product. All right, we're out of coffee, so it's time for Seltzer. You'll be awaiting the design systems kit? Yeah. Seltzer of the day is the same one as last time. We're kind of burning through these 12 packs. It's the Good and Gather Ginger Peach. Oh, that was a good one. That was a really good one. This one's definitely top 5. It's not God tier, but it is definitely top 5. Yeah, I think that the key lime pie or the key lime whatever from LaCroix is number 1. Then probably mango from Good and Gather, and then mango strawberry, and then I'm thinking ginger peach. We should do like a Seltzer rating. You know how like video gamers do this thing where they rate or they rank things? We should do that. Corebook's site is legit. It is, like, the animations that they have on there they're great. I'm excited to dig into their product because I haven't been able to do that yet. And it'll be great to have like a guide live on stream to do that stuff. Tier list. Yeah, that's it. Something that I've learned streaming is to have like 2 conversations going on at once. Because of the delay, you know, I say things, it takes a minute, it gets to you, you go to type, and there's a whole like latency between, you know, me and the chat. And so I've learned to like have two topics going on at once so that, you know, there's no like crazy dead air. But that was one of those things when I started where I was like, how do I do this? Okay, let us continue here. Yeah, I think that's it. I definitely like the wider layout better, but we are good to go. Let me see. Okay, so we've got margin bottom large on that, and margin bottom medium on this. So I think we need to adjust these to fit the smaller screen. So we'll drop this down to like 6, and then we'll drop this down to like 8. Maybe this needs to be more 5. There we go. So that's a lot of space there. Go 7. Okay. I think this responds to the browser height. Yeah, it does. So we'll be good on that. Okay, that's a good one. Check the box there. Corbuck has a testimonial from Mackie Saturday. Yeah. That guy is really cool. I met him at Epicurrence once, and he's just a nice guy. Great designer, too. All right, now we're in projects. So we need to do the same thing with this. Same thing that we just did. We need to take this one column and add our filters here, and then change our 4-column no padding to filter. You know, I'm starting to think that like this, like the, whatchamacallit, the filters are taking up a little bit too much space. So I think I'm gonna reduce that down a little bit. Maybe make it like 25%. Yeah, that feels better. And then the content can be 75%. That feels mo better. And then we need to adjust the height of these images here. There we go. I was gonna say, I was like, what on earth? What in the world? Do you guys follow Tony Baker on Instagram? Because he's hysterical. What in the hemoglobin and haberdashery is going on here? There we go. And that's it. That's the whole page. We just did it. Done. That's the beautiful thing about doing this, is that like as you move through the pages, it gets easier and easier. There's not much you need to change, which is great. Monsters, warriors, and machines. Hello, and be safe. Don't watch a stream while you're driving to work. Audio only. Just listen to my voice. But good to see you. It's a fancy typeface headline. Which one is that? This is Vultura. And Vultura also comes in an outline version. And it's super cheap. I think it's on Creative Market or something. But it's beautiful. High contrast. Somebody test out on Twitch to see if the font command works, like the exclamation fonts. I don't know if it works or not. Okay, so we've got projects. I think we've got collab figured out. Yep. Okay. And I think that's it. Oh, content. Ugh. Only one of the most important things. Okay, so that text looks pretty dinky up there. Let's find... Here's a good headline here. All right, so we've got 4 as our heading content here. I think we need to go a little bigger. Too big? Probably. That's mo better. Oh, it works. Nice. I became overwhelmed with my to-do list last night, which happens from time to time. And when that happens, I go immediately to source a new project management tool. It's probably not the greatest thing to do, but I basically completely restructured my Notion. And what happened was I realized that there was like probably 14 or 15 things that I want to do to improve the stream. So look for those changes incoming, because I want to make sure that you guys know of all the short codes or whatever those things are so that you can use them. Well, thank you, Cornelius. I appreciate that. OMG fonts. Sent me the... Okay, got it. Very cool. How do you have those? Is this like a bootleg? Justin, did you steal those, the Product Sans fonts? Tell me. Is this a black market dealing here in Discord? Dark web kind of deal? I don't want any part of that. I'm just playing. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so right now I'm trying to figure out why this section is... Oh, maybe this is the margin right here. Well, shouldn't be that. Pro tip in Webflow: if you change something like this and you instantly regret it, all you need to do is hold Option or Alt and then click, and it resets it. Why is this the way that it is? It's so far down, isn't it? Oh, it's the section. Oh, boy. I'm kind of thinking that we don't need that, to be honest. Like, we've got a content container here. And this content container has the actual content in it. Ooh, look at that. We got to change that too. Let's see. But I would consider it in the same section as the other thing. So maybe we pop that up there. And then put some margin on this. And then now we have an empty section that we can delete. Cool. Do I ever use X-ray mode in Webflow? No. What is that? I'm looking. I know it's probably one of these like little tiny things. Oh, you have a Google App Dev account? Very cool. Okay, click the pixels percentage thing on top. X-ray mode. Oh, that's cool. So it basically just kind of ghost outlines every div. That's really neat. Or ghost outlines every element, I guess. It's probably a better way to describe it. Very cool. I think I need to wrap this in a meta wrapper div. That way it matches all of our other meta text here. Yep, nice. All right, so we have some interesting things going on here. This right here is what we customized before with our image and caption. And this is going to be interesting to fix because we did this with some custom code, and we're probably going to need to go back to the custom code to fix it. Okay, let's try cracking this open here and seeing what we have. So we've got rich text, image, and this one's going to be float left. So we've got a margin of a specific amount of EMs, and then a margin top in EMs, and then a width in EMs, which works great for browser or for desktop, but it does not work well on mobile. We almost want to set things in percentages, to be honest. Or maybe not. T-Rix is probably screaming at the other end of the machine. Stay in EMs. All right, then we've got caption. Here's our caption. Okay. And this says the width is 26 EMs. Okay. So I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to style these things individually for anything less than our breakpoint, which is not the funnest thing in the world, especially to stream. But let's try one and see if we can do this. All right. Here we're calling screen and min width. So we probably want to go max width on this, right? Yeah. I'm a noob to a lot of this CSS syntax, so bear with me. All right, here we've got our form, so that's too far. Okay, so max width 991, and then we can start styling. So we'll just copy this here. Okay, so can I stack CSS, or can I stack classes inside of this prompt? The developers in the chat, if you could help me out, that would be great. So like, for example, let's take this caption and say, let's copy this. Actually, I don't need all that. Let's just copy this piece. Can I like paste it here and do my styling inside here? Am I allowed to do that? Okay, cool. let's save that. Okay, that didn't do anything. Not a damn thing. Oh, it's probably this right here, because the other one was float right. Let's try that. Okay, for you developers here, where do these closing brackets belong? Is it in line with the line start, like with the class period here, or is it in line with the content? What do you think? I don't have an answer. I'm literally just curious. That did it. Okay. The way I have it is good. Okay. Alright, so we've got our captions here, and then we've got our rich text, align full width. So we'll select that here. I'm just going to do 110%, and we'll test out to see how that goes. Caption, and now we're styling our image. So this is a float right. I don't know. We'll put this as 20 EM for now, and then style the left version so we can actually see what's going on. Okay, so that worked, but we've got some crazy margins going on with that, I guess. All right, so we've got margin left. Oh wait, no, this is float left. Here we go. Margin left is negative 17.69. So I'm gonna copy this here. And you can see that it's exactly half of the width, I think, or close to half of the width. So we'll do that math. Try negative 10 maybe? What if it's just 0? Well, that works. Well, let's see here. So I just replaced that with 50% width. I think the reason why we had to do it like that was we wanted the image to break the grid, right? So we wanted that image to kind of hang off the side. Okay. So let's go up here and find the reason why our caption is like way off the page. It's got to be a margin. So we've got a float left, margin left right here, 17 EM. Let's just change that to 0 and see what happens. Aha. I'm just literally just trying stuff. Hey, Michael. Hello. All right. So if our image is 50% width, it's funny to me because it's like it's aligning with like the left side, and you guys can barely see that probably, but the left side of our caption is lined up precisely with the middle of the image. So I'm wondering if we just set maybe we just set an EM value here. If that'll work better. I'm also curious to see why this is. Okay, let's see. All right, so we've got padding in here too. Interesting. Let's just go 0, 0. Actually, we'll just do zeros. See where that gets us. Oh, we are not working on the caption? Where are we? No. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How painful is this for you developers in the chat? Is this what you guys do? Just like change one variable, look, change one thing, then look. Like or am I can I ask whatever I want, right? What do I think of the war of Israel and Palestine? Gosh, I don't know much about it, to be honest. I know it's been in the news, but that's as far, like all I've seen are the headlines. So I wish I could weigh in, but I'm sorry. I think any war is tragedy, to be honest. Loaded. Okay. Let's try this font size here too. Oh, you know what? Because we're setting the font size of this block, the EM is the margin is pulling from that. That's why it's really funky. Okay. So if we set a 0 margin to this, where does it go? It goes right in line with our image. So I'm wondering if we do, can we do 100%? There it is. There it is. So now we can go maybe like 1.46 on our font size, and then maybe even add our padding back. Just do 1 EM on the sides. So now I'm just duplicating this with our other captions, and we'll do margin right instead. We'll have to check all that stuff, but okay. Float right, we'll add our percent width here and our margin right 0. Okay. So the reason why I went from from EMs to percentages here is because we have a, All right, on desktop, we wanted this image to kind of break the grid and float out to this other column, which you can see here. So we couldn't use percentages, it just wasn't working. So we set it with EMs, and that way we can control our image aspect ratio as we're changing our desktop size. But because on tablet we don't want to break the goal, we can use those percentages and set things accordingly to the the container, which is this main content column. So yeah, that's it. Goatmeal, I think he is in Israel. Matter of fact, I wonder if he's weighed in on it. Yeah, Ron Segal is in Israel. Matter of fact, he served in the Israeli army. I think that's mandated by the country, though. I do hope he's all right. Okay, let's check another thing here. All right. Wondering if I have another image. Probably not. Here we go. Okay, so the changes that we made here worked. But this is also a float left image, but the caption works. Let's see if it's still looking good at larger sizes. Yep, great. All right, so now we need to go into our CMS and flip this. So we'll go to content. Which article was this? Fear, okay. So we'll go to our rich text here. Here's our image. This is the caption, and we'll switch the orientation over here. Save it and see if it worked. Aha! So we have some more work to do here. So we'll crack open our HTML. Let's start working on this. All right. So inside our media query. So this is a float right image. We've got it set to 50% and our margin right is set to 0. If we scroll up to our desktop version, the margin, we have a margin left still set to 32. So we probably need to change that back. So we'll go margin left. What if we do 0? Okay. So I just changed the margin on the caption for our float right to be 0. I'm thinking it might need to be 50%. Cannot stop hitting enter there for some reason. There we go. Okay, we've got a width of 50%, and then for some reason we've got a gap here between these two things. So float right. There it is right there. So we've got our caption width is set to 10 EM. We need to make sure that that's set to 100%. And the reason being is that the caption is inside of the image, technically, and we're breaking the boundaries there. So it needs to be 100% of the image width, which is 50% of the container. All right. So we've got a margin left. What about margin right on this caption? Yep, margin right of 17. let's add this. See if that does it. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that the margin right is what positions the caption outside of the image div. So let's do 100% margin right. See if that fixes it. Fix it! There it is. Beautiful. Okay. Checking here. Our font size is correct. Okay. So we'll save and close. We'll go back to our content management system, flip it back over to a left image, save it, and just make sure we didn't screw anything up there, which we did not. And we'll do that one more time and make this a full width, which I think was this. So we'll save that and see what happens there. Okay, so we got some weirdness here that we need to fix. So you notice that the caption is smaller and under the image, like it, comes out of the box. So we'll keep it there, but can't have this image like breaking the bound here. So let's go back into our HTML. Franjo, hello. Yeah, we've missed you. I totally agree about Webflow teaching you just a little bit about code, enough to be dangerous. Okay, so we've got, here's our styling for our centered full width, image. And right now it's set to 110% width, but we've got some weird margin stuff going on. So right here, we've got margin right auto, margin left 15%. Don't know what that means. So we'll go ahead and copy these and play with it. Okay, so I think if we just set this to 0, it'll fix it, because I think it's taking the margin and, oh, you know what it is doing? It's saying the width of the image is 110%, and then it used to be 130%, and then it's taking the margin and centering the image again by taking that extra 30% and dividing by 2. But since we dropped our width down to 110%, we should probably drop this down to 5%. And that fixes it. I think. Yeah. I think. Maybe. It kind of looks like it's align right though, which is a little bit weird. What if I just set this to 0? Saved it. Okay, so then it's pretty extreme there. Auto maybe? No, totally guessing here. Let's do 2.5%. There we go. That's centered. I don't know why that is, because it's an extra 110%, and it should be 5% negative margin, but I guess that works. Weird. Okay. Save that. All right, so we're good there. Now we need to go back to our style guide and take a look at these rich text elements like our block quote. So the block quote, let's see, are we nesting? Probably not, yeah? All block quotes, desktop. Okay, got it. Got it. I was confused there because these are all orange, which usually means it's inheriting the style from somebody or from some other class, but it's inheriting the desktop style. So if we make changes here and go blue, it will be a mobile only or tablet only change. All right, so we've got our block quote. Here's our margin. You can see right here, this is why it's messing up a little bit. First, let's make sure our text size matches that of our paragraph. So we'll take an all paragraphs tag here. We've got 1.3 EM, and then our block quote is 1.46. So we'll go ahead and make that adjustment there. Then, now that our type size has changed, we can change our margin, etc. to kind of fit. Yeah, that works nicely. That X-ray view is awesome. Okay. Just kind of reviewing everything, making sure everything's good. This is really heavy. Like the weight is heavier. Probably want to change that back to light. There we go. Is it the same on the desktop? Oh yeah, it sure is. There we go. This is interesting. All of our colors are gone. Wow, that's kind of weird. That's super trippy. Oh, you know why? Because the noise is probably overlaying. Nope. What is going on here? Oh, X-ray mode. That's what it is. I was like, this is crazy right now. Okay. All right, I want to go back and add an image. But I'm a little confused as to how to add a rich text image inside the designer. Let's go over to the editor and see if we can fix this. Jordan, you knew this? Oh my God. All right, let's go over to style guide here. And now we're in a rich text field, so we can hit this little plus sign, add an image, just continue working with this John. And we'll do set to full width, which is cool. And the whole point in me doing this is I want to make sure that I have height control. Because one thing you'll notice, we'll go back to the designer over here. to live site. No. Where's the designer? I don't think I've ever gone from the editor to the designer. That is so strange. You just type in the rich text field and a little plus will appear, or do it that way. Yeah. Does the plus sign appear in the designer? Let's see. Holy smokes, all you have to do is go to a new line. That's cool. All right. Okay, so you can see we've got a figure here, which we can select all figures, but that will control both the figure and the caption. And then the wrapper on the image does not have a class. So the problem there is we could class this image, right? We could class like, yeah, so styling and some settings are not available for this type of element. And that sucks, because what I would love to do is say, now see, this is all images inside of rich text. I mean, we could probably limit, like put a max height on this. Maybe we do, I don't know, 60 VH, just to make sure that like larger images don't completely take over the screen on mobile. So let's go over to our content template where we have this fear article that has a tall image, and that's what happens. That sucks. Yep, don't like that. So I'm going to reset that, and we can just remove this. Go back over here and make sure that we didn't screw anything up there. Set your fit to cover. That will work, but then the the div is just gonna, it's just gonna take the size of the image and it's gonna wrap it in that same size. What I normally like to do is have an image container and then size the container and set the image inside to cover, that kind of thing, so that we can control the aspect ratio on different devices. That's weird. There we go. So for this one, let's say that we're working on a smaller screen. That's going to just completely take over the screen. See what I'm saying? This was the fear article here. So we'll go set that to right align. So I guess something to just remember would be to make sure that the images that we choose to use here are the right aspect ratio for the space. It's kind of annoying because I like to just kind of set it and forget it, but I guess that's what we got to do. I am noticing that this is kind of out of the bounds of the grid here, which I didn't exactly want. This is good to break the bounds, but that little sliver of white is bothering me. So we'll change that right quick. Yuri, thank you. I appreciate that. VH in percentage. Okay, we'll try it. We will try it. First, let me fix this margin on the right there. Okay, so float right. Got a margin left of 32. Let's turn that down to 31. There we go. That's a little better. That's mo better. Okay. All right, so let's try percentages. So I'll go back to my style guide. The reason why I go back to the style guide is because this is a rich text field that's on a page versus the content management system rich text field that you see on the template. You can't edit any of the elements inside it unless you go into the actual collection item. So if you want to style individual things like typography and stuff inside your rich text, you have to have a rich text element on a different page, which sucks. It does suck. All right, so here's the image. So what you were saying is try VH in percentage. Let's try it. I appreciate it. You're a Pati 2003. Okay, so if we set the max height to, I don't know, 100%. Wait, let's make sure we nest this. Okay. So max height to 100%. I don't think it'll change anything because it's relating to itself, I believe. You can always separate the rich text into 2 blocks and then have the image as another attribute. True, but from an editing point of view on the back end, sometimes you want to have more than one image in there, you know? So like, let's say I wanted 3 images. Do I then need to have 3 rich text blocks and 3 opportunities to put images? That kind of sucks. We've done it that way. We did it that way with the Futures blog, and it was a pain. And it got to the point where like the blog writers were not even using images because they didn't understand how that kind of worked. All right, so let's go over to our content template. So set height as a percentage of the screen height. I see. Let's go back then. Okay, so I've got our image, so I'll just delete that. And so height would be VH, right? Because if you did 50%, like let's say you did 50%, I don't know what that would be referring to or what that would be related to. So relating to itself, 50%. But if we go maybe 60 VH, then we get weird stretching on our images. So if we go, I guess we could probably do auto. No. We could also set it with EMs, but I think we'd experience the same thing. So 20 EM. And that just flat out doesn't work. I guess we could probably try going yeah, I think anytime we do that we'll hit that. Be a max height of skills in there, sorry. Yeah. I don't think it's a good I don't think that there's a good solution to this problem. The solution to this problem would be to select the wrapper. So the image is inside of a div right here. And then we go, this div would, you know, if I could class this would be great, but you can't style it. And so you'd either be styling the figure, which would change both the image and the caption, or you try and style the actual image, which is obviously not the case. But even if you styled the figure, you still wouldn't have the complete flexibility that you would if you could style this image wrapper here. So that kind of sucks. So Cheller actually has a good point. What we could do is publish it and then take a look at the front end and inspect the code just to see if that image wrapper does have a class somewhere. I know this is not exactly what you're saying, but yeah, all right, so right there you see. I don't know if you can see, but here's our figure, right? This includes the caption. So it's got two divs in there, the div and then the caption. If there's just no way we can call this unless we called like the first child of this class here, which is CSS beyond my skills. I know it's possible to say like, hey, we're gonna call this class rich text align full width, and then the first child of that class, which is this div, then we could probably style that. But I don't think that we can. That's definitely not in my skill set. I think it'll be all right. I just need to remember that anytime I'm putting in images in full width, we need to make sure that they're at least a square or like 1920 kind of 16:9 aspect ratio. Not a big deal. Not a huge deal at all. P first child, background color yellow. Oh yeah. Is that all it is? W rich text align first child. So colon first child is how you do it? Oh, interesting. Theoretically, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna pull. So we've got rich text align full width. And then I'm going to go into my custom code, my embed. We'll try this. So here we've got our media query, max width 991. Go ahead and add this code. And then it's colon first child. And then our open bracket. So we'll go. Let's see, max height, do 60 VH. Okay, so we're in tablet here. Let's see if that changes anything. Do not see it changing anything, though we may need to publish to see. Let's try it. Refresh there. And let's go here. Go tablet, and then we'll start decreasing here. No, it does not work. This is a good try though. Where's our inspector? Let's see what's going on here. Wonder if it doesn't affect it because the div doesn't have a class. Yeah. Hey, thanks for joining, Cello. It's been a while. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm okay with letting this one go, guys. There are some battles that we need to fight, and this is probably not one of them. It is just one of those things that, like, we just got to be aware of. That's it. So just to make sure, I'm going to take that out of our custom code. That was inside of our media query here. So we'll take that out. I'm sure you're right in that this is the solution. But again, this is just not a battle I'm willing to fight at this point. Okay. This is crazy though. What is going on here? Okay, so we've got 110% width. Wonder why that's doing that. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's a little better. Yeah, okay. All right, so here's our content. Let's go over to content template. And we're just gonna check it on all the, various types of content that we've pulled in. So we've got our podcast there. We've been working on the blog post, which is here. No big deal. I'm also seeing that, like, there we go. Okay. So this all works. We'll go to our video. And that works great. Okay. So we're done with tablet. Now we need to move down to landscape mobile. You guys bored? I feel bored even talking about this stuff. But this is the part of the project where it's just like you just kind of have to push through, because like this is really where things start to matter. It's the small things that add up to a really great site. You hate working with landscape mobile? Yeah. Not fun. Not fun at all. Okay. Largely, honestly, I do not think many people browse the web in landscape on their mobile device. All right, so our body, let's check our, okay, so our type is actually pretty good. Let's go back to a page where we have just regular paragraphs here. Okay, so that, to my eye, looks pretty legit. We could probably reduce it down a little bit, but I don't know. I kind of want to keep this at 16, maybe. 15 looks pretty good. And now we just need to kind of adjust the type sizes accordingly. So this looks fantastic. I like the way that this looks right now. Unfortunately, when we go to resources, which is our longest title, it does not work. So we're gonna have to tune this down just a little bit. That's a bummer. And if you're wondering why there's so much white space on the top, it's simply because it takes the VH. So a landscape, layout would probably be more something like this, right? Where you have the phone here. Like that. And I think we have this content container. Let's see. Yeah, so this header is 87% of the height here. So we could probably, what I'm going to do later is actually look at this thing on a device, so that when I make the changes, I can actually see it on my phone. And that way I'm not guessing, because there's a lot of like guesswork that happens at this phase, especially when you're dealing with heights on mobile. So we'll just look at the type and make sure that our type is all correct. So that's good. So this is our heading 3, which is pretty massive. Here's our heading 2. And then we've got our heading 1. So it's small sizes. That's going to wrap really weird. So we should probably turn this down as well. So we'll go 4 here. It's still not the greatest wrap, but you know, it is what it is. Let's see. Back to our now page where we actually have paragraphs and stuff. Okay, that's 1.3. Okay, here's something weird that's going on. Our paragraph is being styled 1.3 EM, and that comes from tablet. But here's a paragraph that's pulling 1.3 EM, but it's a lot different. So I'm thinking that like something in here, yeah, see we've got a size set to our flex horizontal of 20 pixels, and I don't know where that came from. Okay, so that came from all links. And all links here is set to 20. So let's reset that and see if it does it. Yeah, there we go. Nice. So you just kind of have to be on the lookout for weird things like that. Combo classes that are going to get in the way. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, and then this is really where I'm going to take our content containers and make them stretch the full width of the device. So to do that, we need to take our section here and remove our padding, our extra padding on the left side. So we'll turn that down to 1. Now you can see we've got a full width thing going on. So here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that's going on. We have too much stuff happening here at the top and on the side. So I'm kind of thinking that we need to work on our nav layout and actually hide our top header wrapper here. So we can turn this off. Yeah, we'll display none this on landscape and below. Oh, I wonder why that did. Oh, you know why? Because I have it set to flex ends. Let's see. Yeah, I'll go display none on that and then change our header section to align bottom, and that'll work. So we've got our nav symbol here with a nav wrapper, and I need to make this all top aligned. So I'll go ahead and change this to, we'll do maybe absolute and align to the top. Change this to 100% width. And our flex is going to be horizontal now. We've got 1 EM of padding on either side, which should match the rest of our stuff, but it doesn't. Let's see what's up there. Okay. I think we need to set our size here. So 1.3 EM. Okay, so our section has 1 EM of padding, and then our columns have 1.4 EMs of padding. So we'll go ahead and go in here and reset that to 2.04 EM. And then reset our type size. Okay. So now we should be matching up, like all left and right margins are aligned. I don't know if I'll keep the light mode and dark mode switch there. I may even have to rotate it if I do want to keep it there, but it's kind of one of those extra things on mobile. That was one of the features that I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to keep on mobile. Hey, Christian. Good to see you. So as most of you know, I'm doing this 75 hard challenge. And the crazy thing is that when, it was 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago, I went out and I did my last workout of the day. It was like midnight. Just went out for a really long walk. And I got back, had a snack, kind of watched a show a little bit and wound down for the night and got into bed. And I was like, man, I'm a little thirsty. So I popped up and I went to grab my my gallon. I usually fill my gallon jug at the end of the night. And I picked it up and it was still halfway full. I realized that I hadn't been drinking my water that day, and here it was 2 a.m. and I had a half a gallon to go. So I was up until 3:30 because I'm not losing this challenge. I'm not doing it. I'm already 52 days in, 53 days in. Not gonna happen. So I was literally up in the wee hours of the morning chugging water. All right. I think we need a little bit extra margin on the top here. So we'll add, actually, let me check the padding real quick. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do 2.04 on that as well. I wish that now wasn't so dinky. Let's go over to resources and see if we actually have more room now. Yeah, we do. So what we did was like we sized it when we didn't have our padding set. So we can actually increase the size of this a little bit more. Let's go X-ray vision again. That's a great tip. I didn't know that was in there. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Now. Yeah, that looks much better. So yeah, I'm basically ignoring all of our heights, and we'll do that on the actual device. Okay. All right. I like that. I like the way that breaks. There we go. Okay, that's all good. Here we go. Footer. Footer next length needs to be probably maybe 5. Yeah. And then our meta can be a little bit closer. I think I'm gonna make this a vertical flex just to give those links a little bit more room to breathe. That looks all right. I might change this to just a single stack, but I think that'll work. Okay. You've almost finished the copywriting for your portfolio? Man, congrats. That's the hardest part. Then wireframing until death. Very cool. No, I would go with Webflow. If you haven't tried it out already, I would definitely go with Webflow. Design it first though. Because if you don't design it first, you're gonna be lost. All right, so our heading 2 is 2.4 EMs, where our heading 1 is 4. So that's probably good. It might be a little large, so we'll turn it down just a little bit. Nice. Resources. Okay. Our image container right now is set to a specific width by EMs, and I'm thinking we need to do a percentage, so maybe like 70%. Oh, that didn't work at all. All right, link block does not have a width on it. Item does not have a width. Okay. I actually like the square image layout for mobile specifically, and we could actually even like switch it and go something like that. So our slider actually kind of works better there. I want to be a little bit wider, maybe 25 EM. All right, so we're not going to solve this today, but what we will do is we'll put this one column at, let's do 100%, and then change our grid, our 4 column to back, 100% as well. And what that'll do is it'll give us a nice list here. Yeah. I want to edit these wrappers to be square, closer to square. Yeah. Okay, and then I'm gonna figure out how to lay this filtering system out a little bit cleaner. We'll add some margin here to this one column thing. We'll go 3M. And I think I'm gonna put it in a drop down like someone suggested last time, but I'll figure that out later. I think I need to take that back into XD and think about how that needs to be laid out. All right, here's a good example here. We've got a 2-column layout, center aligned. We'll edit our 2-column to be 100%. And our text wrapper right now is 70% width. And that's not bad. Oh, we're in tablet, that's why. There we go. So what I just did there was I adjusted the max width of our paragraph down from 30 to like, I had it at 23. So that way, you know, if we're working in these larger or these wider screens, it's not going to go and just make this nice paragraph like a single line. And these should be a little bit longer descriptions here. I think this was 80%. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Content's looking good. Projects. The only problem with projects here is the meta is looking a little huge. So we'll tune that down a little bit. We're just eyeballing this, you know? I think that's totally fine. Okay, so our one columns are still 2 up, and it's getting danger close to being too crowded. But I don't want to take it into a single column yet. I may change my mind later, but that's where I'm at right now. So here's a 2 column that actually needs to be 100%. Nice. No, serious, thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're just going through and making sure our type is all set up. And so here we've got our radio buttons. Hover is not gonna happen on our mobile versions, but our mobile sites. But at least the forms are pretty nice here, and what we'll need to do is just turn down the size of these text fields. That didn't actually change anything, did it? Oh, you know what I bet it is? I bet you it's embedded in the HTML. those are the labels. Oh, never mind. It's really strange. Let's try setting a pixel value here and see if we can impact the change. Let's do something crazy small, 11 pixels. No, it doesn't do it. That's so strange. Okay, that did it. There we go. So we'll do 16. There we go. So I changed the type size of the wrapper to a pixel value. Because one thing I'm slightly concerned about is just making sure that like the font size is not overwhelming on mobile. For these, you know, fields. So we'll go here and we'll do pixels. Okay. So I need to bump that label up just slightly and adjust our got going on here. There it is. Line it back up. And then we'll see how we do on our hover. Okay. So that animates really nicely. These radio buttons are massive though, aren't they? Let's try and tone those down just a bit. He says as he makes them more gargantuan. There we go. Okay. Hey, Denny, good to see you. Jordan, any advice for a slump in motivation? I don't know, man. I think that like motivation is fleeting, and you know, real artists, I forget where the quote comes from, but they just sit down and get to work. And so if you just make it a habit of sitting down and getting to work, the need for motivation kind of goes away. Like this stream has been a great way to keep accountable, because there are days that I just don't want to do this. I'll talk to you guys. I always love talking to you guys. There are days that I just don't care about this project and I just don't want to touch it. Tuesday, that was one of those days that I just like, I'd worked on it all night and I'm sick of seeing it and I just don't want to do it anymore. And, but we pushed through. And I think that like, there's that side, but then there's also the side of we need to recognize when we do need a break. So there's, I don't want to say this. There's a point where like burnout is real, and sometimes you just have to walk away. And I think that we just need to recognize when we need to push through and sit down and maintain the habit, and then also when we do need a break and we do need to walk away, because sometimes it's like it's when you walk away and you leave a project alone for a while, or you decide to take some time off, like weekends, you come back with more motivation and you come back feeling refreshed and you actually get more done. So yeah. Do I have a playlist on Spotify? No, this is all Epidemic Sound. So I do have a streaming playlist on Epidemic. What I'm going to do is when the site is live, I will update the site with music from Epidemic Sound, so that way you guys can go on there and play it. I also was considering just like publishing a YouTube video with a mix of this stuff, so that way you guys could play it and just mix it up every month. And there's just like, hey, this is Ben's playlist from Epidemic, because I pay for the music. So, you know, if you listen to it on YouTube, you won't have to pay for the Epidemic subscription. We could do like a 2-hour playlist that you could have to just hang out and chill. All right. What's in my head right now is that the paragraphs are a little large, so I'm going to turn those down just a bit. Maybe 1.15. Yeah. Hey, thanks, Tommy. Appreciate that. Tamia. Right. I just need one more. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. And collab content. I think this is our last page. Okay, so far it's looking good. The podcast is looking good. Drop this down. Look at the video. 100% logo designs. There it is. This heading is a bit too large, so we'll put that down to 4. Our heading 2, again, just a little bit too large. Okay, good there. And now our blog. Oh yeah. And what's cool is that the switch doesn't look terrible there. Like, I'm not mad at it. So, yeah. We may want to do like a persistent nav, like something that's fixed to the top of the screen, and then if the user scrolls up, it kind of folds down. We did that on the Futures website, and that works. But one thing I definitely don't want to do is just leave the nav bar up there. I don't want a fixed nav. I know UX-wise it's probably better to have a fixed nav, but yeah. They assigned me a restyle of a website at school. I don't really feel motivated though. This is a great example of where you should not rely on motivation as a designer, because if you do, you'll never get work done. So you just literally on this, you have to push through, treat it like a client, you know? All right. Okay, we're going back up to the now page, and now we've got our true mobile. Okay, I have some thoughts on this. Number one, 256 pixels wide is way too small. Like, look at it. The only device listed there is a Nintendo Entertainment System. What? So I usually kind of bump things up to the first iPhone. I'm not worried about this. This is like, if you're on this level of screen, dude, I will buy you a phone. You know, like, all right. Okay. So again, we're just adjusting type. We're not going to worry about any height until we actually test on the device, and we'll go from there. Paragraphs are good. Meta is good. Heading 1 is a little large. again, on some of those larger screens, it works. Once again, why on earth is this? Must be a wrapper. Oh, it's this flex horizontal. I wonder why it's pulling this here. Oh, it's the all links. That's right. Okay. Once we get rid of that, that solves the problem. And plus, we could probably reduce this margin just a little bit. Oh my gosh, you know what? I forgot about something here on mobile, on landscape here. There's an image, there's a hover image in here that I need to make visible. So we'll turn this on. Matter of fact, should this be on here? Because I don't think we'll have, see, this is the image that kind of folds in here. I don't think we'll have that capability on a tablet. So I think what I need to do is make this visible and then style it. So we should probably change this to relative, right? Okay, so right now it's flexing horizontal. We don't want that. We want it to go vertical, and then we just make it a normal grid. So we'll take this image wrapper and add some margin, maybe like 1 EM. What just happened? Weird. Okay. Okay, so then we've got this meta wrapper here. And I kind of want that numeral to hang outside of the wrapper. So we need to give this like a negative margin. All right, so we'll go. Where that? It's coming from the title wrapper. It's got some padding in there. I see. Okay, so we'll remove this padding here. And then we will take this. I'm going to put this in a specific wrapper. So I'll add meta. What do we call those? Numeral wrapper. God, I misspelled wrapper. There we go. So we'll put that inside there and give this a negative margin so that it actually hangs outside of that and lines up the text with the actual image. And we'll put this in EMs so that we know that it kind of changes with the font size. There we go. And we'll add maybe 3 EMs. 3 EMs. Margin there. There we go. So now the numeral is kind of hanging outside of the grid, and then the image is above. Okay, cool. 4 column. So this is 100%. So I wonder why these items are so dinky. Oh, it's just the image, honestly. So if we go width 100% and then height, can we do that? No. If we were just remove that. And then the mask, we don't need a mask anymore because there's no hover effect. And we honestly don't need an overlay anymore. There we have it. So on... Oh, I see. We're triggering that animation. So we'll go here and turn the animation off on tablet. Boom, done. There we go. Nice. So those images will display, and then if we go to the desktop, you know, they work as hover images. Cool. So let's make sure that that works on all of our mobile devices. It's okay there. This whole thing is a little distracting that it's not in the... Yeah, we'll have to move this back in. So we'll go here. Just get rid of this negative margin. That way we bring it back in line. Set that to height auto. We should be good in our landscape, and then finally mobile. So you can see what I like about wrapping images in divs. You can control aspect ratios on different devices without changing your image, which is really handy. There we go. I think what I'm gonna actually do is on my sections, I'm gonna get rid of this padding on mobile. Yeah, that looks way better. What's strange is that even though I removed the padding, it stayed. This is really weird. Could be a Webflow glitch. Yeah, it was. All right, now everything's lining up nicely. Cool. Jordan's lack of motivation often comes from a lack of direction or plan, and primarily when I'm working on things for myself. Exactly. Being paralyzed by the freedom of possibilities is exactly the thing that I've gone through. Jordan, you know, honestly, streaming has helped. The level of accountability that you guys bring to my day is awesome. So maybe try kind of pulling that in, you know, like Who knows? Might work. Okay, here's the heartbreaker here. We gotta turn this down. I guess you could find accountability other ways too. Like through a friend or a battle buddy or something like that. I said battle buddy. My military is showing. I wonder why that's doing that. So we've got our image here and it's set to cover. Oh, maybe it's... There we go. Okay. The thing is that the content items, I don't see any margin next to this. Check the time. Holy crap. Yeah, exactly. Jordan, you know, there's so many things that you could do. And that is paralyzing. It absolutely is. I can totally relate to that. For sure. There we go. This is all good. Only thing is with this slider, I'm not able to see. Not able to see the next one, so I might have to go like 80% width on this. Yeah. And then this container, make it a little bit smaller. Something like that. That way they know, like, to swipe through those things. Cool. Okay, I think I'll stop here. Do you think people would enjoy watching a logo design stream? Absolutely, especially if you could do some overhead. John Beatty, who is a comic book inker, and he's touched pretty much everything, you know. He's on the team that named the Punisher, all that kind of good stuff. He does a drawing stream, which is really interesting to watch, and I'm surprised it doesn't perform well. Like, you know, getting that overhead pen and paper thing is really, really quite fun. But you know, Jordan, I think that as soon as you hit the live button to stream, for me at least, all the nerves go away. Like all the butterflies kind of disappear. And it's it's kind of a, once you do something, the fear kind of goes away. Like going on a roller coaster, it's like you get to the top and your fear level is completely maxed out. And then halfway down the bottom, the fear is replaced with like a thrill. And that's kind of how the way that streaming or social media feels. It's like there's the anticipation of it, and then once you're through the door, then it's a lot easier. So I would just recommend hitting the button and seeing what happens, because the worst that happens is you embarrass yourself in front of one person, right? Because your first stream, nobody's going to be there. So it's like the worst thing that's going to happen is like, you share the wrong screen and and wind up embarrassing yourself in front of one person. So I would just go for it. And what's cool is that, like, even though these streams are like 2.5 hours, that adds up to 5 hours of work that I'm getting done on my site every single week that I wouldn't be doing otherwise. And in a matter of 3 months, working 5 hours a week on this thing, it's actually wrapping, it's coming together. So my advice to you is find some kind of accountability, whether that's through other people, like people that you know, or through an audience online. So try it. Matthew says, watching you Webflow while I Webflow. Great work, of course. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, guys, who's streaming? Let's find somebody. I think next stream is going to be really fun, where we take a look at the style guide kit and try and transfer it over into a core book template. That's going to be really, really cool. Oh, and don't go buying core book yet, because there's a deal in the works. So, all right. A is streaming, and to be quite honest, I think it's just protocol to go over there, right? Like, let's see. Let's just check the art thing. Anybody else streaming right now that we know who's in our design crowd? I don't see anybody in art, or at least not in the top art section. Try makers and crafting. Whoa, somebody's building a tube amp. That's cool. Oh, cool. Let's go see A. All right, so for those of you on Twitch, you know the drill. We are. Yeah, exactly, Jordan. We'll be raiding you soon. We're gonna raid A, which is what we usually do. So show him some love. You'll need to click accept and go hang out with A. He's a fun guy. He does good work. And if you start streaming, please hit me up on Discord, because I will raid you. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget, next Tuesday is the style guide stream. It's mixing it up, doing something a little different. We'll see you then. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Mr. Ben Burns raided the stream with 17 viewers.
Well, I was about to say something, and then I saw the Ben Burns raid. Welcome in, everyone. Happy to see you all here. How is everyone? Welcome in. So for everyone who doesn't know me yet, I am playing with a lot of emotes on my screen, as always. Yeah.